Well, here I am to do an exciting video. It's today, July 22nd? I think today's the 22nd. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I know today's Wednesday. That's all I know. I meant to come out here a little bit earlier. I just got the dogs fed. It's 9:30 in the morning. I fed them a little late because I went and filled up the bird feeders and looked in on the chickens and etc. and stuff first. I want to get that done first. So, humidity's dropped. It's not as. It was like I got up at 7:30 this morning. It was actually like 74 degrees. I walked out and I was like, oh, I feel a little bit of a relief. It's still definitely muggy, but it definitely has been dialed back some. So it gets a nice little break after being scorching hot and muggy. So anyway, so I meant to want to come out here earlier before because the sun's starting to come up. I mean, it's getting over those trees good now, and that's when the house starts getting in the sun. Because in the day when the sun starts hitting on my ears, they start laying down. They perk back up once the sun gets off of them, but I mean not right away, but it takes them a little bit. But yeah, so I just so you can see what my ears are looking like. Can't think of how long I've been having them here now. So they're already starting to get a little. But you can see this. That's a big ear. But and I've only given my Veggie-Patch Miracle-Gro once so far. I'm going to try and get them some Miracle-Gro today. But they're still, still doing pretty good, knock on wood. I don't know, honestly, I've had these bulbs, I don't know, maybe, gotta be 3 years or better now, maybe longer. So, and this the rest of my little stuff. There's one of the railroad ties we put on one of the spots of the fence that was a little, like at the bottom it wasn't quite touching the ground. It's been fine, but until, we got Brogan, so we got 3 railroad ties. There's one down at the end there and one across on the other side, across the yard over there. But yeah, so just that mountain mint. It's blooming. It's gotten. In the years past, it's been taller. I don't know. It's the stuff that just grows wild. It's a native plant, and it's minty. It's a nice little mint smell. It's not too strong, but it's still doing pretty good. You can tell why it's called mountain mint, but I think it's really pretty. I know the bees and stuff really like it. A little patch here, but it's been spreading. But I had some of that leftover chocolate mint that I had planted here a while back. Sorry, I'm gonna pull a weed. I had gotten rid of it because the stuff was growing in here like crazy, and it survives through the winter. So I guess I didn't get it all, and it was growing in here, and I had left that. I thought, that's okay. But I kind of wondered if maybe it was stealing some of the moisture and stuff away, because it really roots into the ground. But it's all gone now, so hopefully maybe that was what was bugging this, because I sure like it. I dug some more up, put in the garage flower bed, but and then this other snake root plant, I let it stay here. Most times if I see it anywhere else, I'll pull it out because it spreads by seed pretty good. It'll be blooming here shortly. Be a little bit, but I think I see some buds coming on it right here a little bit, but I don't mind it right here. And then this is the 2 canna lilies I got at Walmart on clearance back, I don't know, I guess around March, April. I really don't remember. It was early in the spring or towards the tail end of the winter time. They started putting out their bulbs and stuff, and these 2 packages, I had them on clearance, and I think like $3 a bag. So $6 for both of them, and took a chance on it. Well, I could kind of see through the bag because it's one of those green see-through bags that it was had some growth on it. So took my chance, and they're being. As soon as I stuck them in the ground, they just took off. So they've. If I can get down in here and kind of. That's the one. That's one there, and then that's the other one there. So those canna lilies. But you can kind of see how big just how I've been coming up here and cutting every time they, because that's kind of what elephant ears do. They'll grow an ear and then the leaf kind of turn yellow and start drooping. So I keep them trimmed off. So I think it helps it. So it's not having to take care of that leaf until it dies. So I keep it cut off. I cut some off yesterday. Yeah, the day before. Had a few of them get scorched in the sun, but hopefully it won't be like it was last summer and all the ears were just scorched, because it was just. I hope this August ain't gonna be like that, because it was just. It's been ridiculously hot, but it's been muggy and steamy, and I think that's helped them because they have all that moisture in the air. But when it last August, we were like, the actual temperature was like 100 degrees, and the sun was just like. It was just burning the leaves, but and they looked. But I've got them pretty well mulched, pretty good under here. I got them between mulch and some peat moss. About a thing of peat moss I got at Lowe's, and I think I could put a little more here, because them things got some roots, and the bulbs and stuff. They draw a lot of water. So I've been proud that I've been getting rain, regularly. But today's Wednesday. We had a good rain Sunday evening. So it says we got a good rain chance, I think, this weekend. So I'm hoping it'll hold. It makes it easier on me, because I can't water these ears. It's impossible. It's just too. That takes a lot of water to water these jokers. This is my chase tree. I got one in the front yard that puts up those real pretty blue flowers. I've had for a long time. It's pretty good size. I'm thinking about. I think I'm going to move it. Kind of torn on whether to leave it or move it. I don't know, Big. I mean, you can trim them. They do good. They said they do good with pruning. So I'm kind of torn to whether to move it down here. Down there where that blueberry bush is. That blueberry bush it's not doing good. Sorry about our mess over there. So I kind of think I'm going to move it. It's only been there. Thought I planted it last year, but I may have planted it the year before. But it's grown a lot this year, and it has already bloomed. And I can't trim the other ones. It says you can trim them and they'll put out more blooms, but once they get too big, you can't get to them. So I was able to come over here and snip off the old ones, and it's gonna bloom for a second time. But that's another thing the bees and stuff really like. But this is that's a screen. The screen is for that window. Is put the dog's room right there. I got to put the window unit in there this year, but so that's the screen for it. So I just put it there and just left it. And that's the catnip. The stuff the cats go crazy over. It's done been blooming, and it's looking a little off me, bug. Smells skunky, but I guess that's why the cats like it so much. But you always see the stuff you can buy for cats. But them little finches, they love to come up here and get the little seeds out of them. But I've kind of got it propped. It's kind of a messy looking plant, but the only reason I like it because I know the bees and the little birds and stuff really like it. So that's why I let it keep coming back. And it's an easy plant. I don't do nothing to it, so tie it back a little bit. My mellow yellow bush, I call it, but it's just basically a privet bush, but it's a Lindstrom sunshine yellow, something, I don't know, but I keep it bonsaied. I keep it I try to keep it shaped. I keep any limbs that are pointing down, I trim those off. But I'd like to have another one. They grow really fast. I think the color's really pretty. The only bad thing when it rains and stuff, it tends to flop because the limbs are pretty flexible. So I mean, you can kind of tell they're. But, I really like it. And this is where the air conditioning unit was. So we moved it and took it down. It's sitting over there on the edge of the woods, so we get it hauled off. He's gonna have Brian help him. So that's the pad that it was sitting on. And we had some rocks. I left over bags of rocks. I just left them sitting over here, and I'm gonna paint that little bird bath. I've had that thing forever. It's concrete. And I'm gonna paint it. It's got it sitting over here drying out in the sun. So, but yeah, that's the pad the HVAC unit is set. So we come up here, and that's actually the top, because the trunk that went underneath the house, we pinned it and got it put there so nothing can get underneath the house. Got it all cleaned up and filled. That's how come I got the rocks, is because the chipmunks would come over here and getting underneath the trunk, and doing a lot of excavating, and I didn't like that once I discovered, and it's just a mess. So it's much better now, and so it's all cleaned up, filled in with rocks, and got that pinned up against there, and so nothing can get up underneath there. So eventually it's going to make a better looking little, crawl space door. But for right now, it serves its purpose, and the power's turned off on it. It's shut off completely to the main box, breaker box in the garage, and then also those. It's got its own things there, but you can see they're disconnected, so they're just, there's no power to them at all. So, but so just kind of still a work in progress over here, but it's definitely, I like it better that the unit's gone out of the way. The chipmunks are making a mess, and there was always a big snake hanging out over here too, a big ginormous rat snake. But I think it's better, so we're just gonna leave that pad sitting there. I'll do something with the rocks eventually. It's just leftover rocks, but and that's the blueberry bush. It didn't bloom at all this year. I think it's kind of dying. I don't think it's a good spot for it, really, to be honest with you. So I think I'm gonna dig that. I hope the roots ain't too big on it. I'm kind of torn on whether to move it or leave it, because the deer over there eating. So there's the other one. It's right there. That one I did a video. So they get pretty good size. I haven't been over there for a good while, and so I think it's probably this is an old pallet. I forget what that came on. I don't know what was on that pallet, but that's just where it's been. So that's where it stays. Probably eventually it's going to end up in a chicken lot. So my butterfly bush. So so yeah, listen. But yeah, there's a little chipmunk. So there's the unit sitting way down there. We just pushed it off down there. It really wasn't too hard. I mean, it's a little heavy. Oh yeah, it's heavy, but it wasn't nothing. The both of us couldn't just. And good thing it's kind of on the downhill run too. So put it there for now, and then I'm gonna get it hauled out of here. Let me have Brian with the trailer come and get it, but so I'll come down here. I got 2 of those terracotta pots situated. I got 2 pots left. I'm working on it slowly. There's one big terracotta pot, and I got one small concrete planter left to figure out where I want to put it at. But the two terracottas that were alike, this one, the ones that was kind of beat up on the sides, I got. It's asparagus fern, and then this actually a house plant, vein plant. I can't remember. They come in different colors, but this little house plant. House plants do really good outside, especially if you can give them shade and stuff, no humidity and stuff. But it'd be doubtful it comes inside. I don't know. I've had one of these inside the house before. They seem to dry out because they like humidity. I just liked it because I thought it added a little color, because, you know. So that's what I put in these 2 pots. These little 2 cheap little, I got off of Amazon back. There's 2 of them. Purple and an orange one. I think they were like, surprisingly they were cheap. They were like $15 or $13, something like that. So just a little bit of water, not very much. So that's what I did with the one. I think it looks pretty good there. I think the orange and that green looks good. And here's the other one. So that's what I decided. I already knew from the get-go that, the concrete and the terracotta, wherever I was going to put them, it was going to have to be in the shade, because I think anything concrete and terracotta that sits out in the sun, unless you got something that can just, because that stuff gets hot and it makes for hot roots and just, so I only got the 2 left. One of the small square ones, and then the one big terracotta pot. The other ones I've got placed and stuff put in them already. That's under my crabapple, and so it's been working on it. I think they look pretty good down here. I like them. I like them a lot. I tried to turn the the chipped up side to the, and they were, you know how they was chipped up on the back, but I'd be afraid to I don't know about terracotta being in the winter time. I don't know. They get water, might freeze, so I don't, kind of torn whether I take the dirt out and take them in the garage. I don't know. So, but yeah, that little thing's still blooming. One of my plants I got off the edge of the yard, it's still blooming like crazy. I think spiderwort or something like that. You can actually buy stuff like this at Lowe's and nurseries and stuff, but this is a native. The one that grows wild is native to North America. So, yeah, everything's done as due down here, except for those. And what you doing, chickadees? So we're glad to have a little break from the heat. It's still pretty muggy out here, but you can tell it's definitely less. Okay, it's supposed to be cooler in the 60s in the morning. That'd be crazy for the end of July. That'd be weird. Whether it's a muggy 60 or if it's a the heck, even if it's a muggy 68, it'd be better than a muggy 82 degrees at midnight. Well, what you doing, chickadees? So I'm here just hanging out. Walk back up here, and so I'm pretty proud. I think they look good down here. So I like it. It's not fancy or anything, but I like them. Yeah, it's like this one ear here. I don't know if you it's big. I'm getting that sun on them now. They're starting to. This is kind of what ears do when they get. Oh, my little veggie patch. This is the grape tomato. It's been making the most, and then the other 2 are the cherries. This is the one that the little green, those silly green big fat worms have been eating on, but I haven't Haven't found any in a while. Knock on wood. I need to come up here and pop it up some more. Oh man, I just heard a tomato drop. So I still got some little bug of something over here has been something been gnawing on them. So like that one right there. So I just chuck them out in the yard, but so they're both. This one, the leaves, I cut them off as it got taller. As they started yellowing and drying up, I trim them off. But now all the growth. That's what they always do. So all the cherry tomatoes still are really full. I got a jalapeno plant I was testing out. I put it in this pot with this lantana here. I'm thinking this is the best pepper plant that's done, my banana pepper that's done like how they've always done, except for this year. I don't know if you can tell. It's here in the corner where it's got a good bit of dirt. Where when I come in here and I pull weeds and I rake it out and stuff, what little bit of stuff that I don't want to pick up, I've just always raked it back in this corner. Leaves and just, so I'm kind of thinking this one's happier right here. Because look how tall and lush it is. That's how they've always done. These ones here are doing pretty good. Oh, look at there. There's my little cayenne. Get some little peppers. I'm going to give them some Miracle-Gro today. And but you see I got a lot of peppers. Most of them are sweet bananas. There's some there. I got some hot banana peppers, and they're actually pretty hot. This one's doing pretty good. And then I got that one, those little snacking peppers. That's a jalapeno. It's been in there for a while, but somehow it got something broke the top out of it, but it's split into two now. But yeah, all this is sweet. Most of all sweet banana peppers, and then there's probably 2 or 3 hot banana peppers. So I have 2 jalapenos and 2 snacking. And then there's my cucumber plants. They're doing pretty good. And this is my basil seeds that I planted. This is the cinnamon basil. And then the purple is I don't know, they call it dark opal or something. I don't know. It's just purple basil. But I threw down the same amount of seeds of the purple and the cinnamon basil, but for some reason the cinnamon basil grows easy. So I did a seed pack of the purple basil in a little pot by itself that I'm kind of babying. But I did, like I said, I put these logs here because this whole little patch here is a bunch of that seed starter dirt and just some extra potting soil that I had, old pot soil that I made nice fluffy dirt for seeds. And then I had it covered with one of those little cloth things. I made like a little tent to keep stuff from pecking at the seeds as it was sprouting up. So I've protected them until they got bigger. So I just used the logs to kind of help hold some of this dirt, because there's actually on a little bit of a slope right here. That's how come when we get a lot of rain, it'll pond right here. But don't break. So yeah, my cucumbers. This one's got it's got a bloom on it already. So I got 3. How many? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 5. So they're doing pretty good. A little makeshift little gate for me to get in and out of it. Kind of think next year, I think I'd like to just have some sort of, not really raised bed, but maybe, I think if I do I'm going to try them in potting soil next year, especially my pepper plants. But these are the first ones that I bought early this spring. I've only thrown one away, so that this one, and this one. 3, and yeah, I think, I don't know, I had bought 5 originally, so I only got 3 or 4 left. But you can tell the difference how they just really haven't grown much compared to, I mean, look at that one. I wish I would have gotten over here before the sun started getting over here, but anyways. Hurry, get back to the house. The dogs are still in their crates, so I fed them, and So this is the cherry tomato. It's let's see, it's grown. I'm gonna have to come in here today, but won't be till later this afternoon, evening, once the sun gets out from over here. But the cherry tomato still looks. I mean, this is all the. They yellowed a lot when we was getting a lot of rain. I think that's kind of how tomato plants do. The leaves, as they grow, turn yellow, and they turn brown. Then I just, come over here, I clip them off. But it's got a lot of tomatoes. But this one's been producing the most. But they've been over here for a while, so I need to prop it up some more today. So, but yeah, a little cayenne pepper. I'll give them some Miracle-Gro this afternoon, and these ones are new. The newer ones. I mean, I say newer, but they done been in here for probably 2 months now. But this one here is how they've always done. Every time I put a pepper plant, they've always done like this one, tall and just lush and full. These are doing okay, but these ones over here, these three, they've struggled, but I think they're perking up. They've definitely improved. I mean, they're giving me peppers, so I guess I can't complain. This is my little lunchbox and a jalapeno. Like I said, it was, but the top broke out of it, and it's put out new growth, and it's got a little bloom on it, a little pepper. So, this is some little bird feeders Eric made. It's one of those for like one of those Baltimore Orioles. You can put an orange in it. They came a few years ago, but I don't ever see them until late in the summer. But it's just been sitting over here. It's pretty heavy. It should turn into a bird feeder. Could do that easily. But yeah, you just put the orange slices on the screws and then sit it in the middle. But yeah, they fed out of it, but then I just wasn't seeing them, so of course I took it up. But right now it's kind of a blocker for so broken don't get in here. But yeah, so far so good. So I'll have late cucumbers as long as we don't start getting attacked by stuff. See, a tomato dropped off here. Something been gnawing on it. Of course, there's my one ironweed. It's seated there, so I've left it. Get up out of here and get back in the house. So I wanted to get over here before the sun started coming over here and could see better, but anyways, you get the picture. So, well, I'm gonna go. So anyways, another exciting video later. So get inside, go have me some coffee, and get the dogs out of their crates. So another exciting video later. Bye bye.